We've been there before.
I hear you. Welcome everybody to Panfish Nation. Along with Mark, I'm Lyle. Mark, we got scoop tonight. It's going to be really hard to follow up a show like we just got done watching.
No, we got. You know what? The ladies did a fantastic job.
They did. And they were so much superior to Freddie and Chad. It was unbelievable.
I think that was the best episode of the second one. The first one was episode number 1 that I was on. And the second one was the ladies. Definitely. Real close there, though. I'm going to get in so much trouble for that, Lyle.
Done a hell of a job. They really did.
They did.
The best part that I enjoyed the very most of all was Dee and Nina kicking Freddie and Chad out of their chairs. I mean, that was the greatest thing ever.
I guess I could kick you out of your chair.
Yeah, you can.
You could do that. I'll talk to you all day and night, Cindy.
Absolutely. It's going to be hard to huddle up for that, but we got something special coming up tonight, and we're going to give away some stuff, so maybe that'll help a little bit.
It can't hurt. They have to give a whole heck of a lot of way to top those ladies. I don't think we can. All we can do is the best we can do, right, Lyle?
That's exactly right. You know what? Congratulations to all of them. They all done a fabulous job, and I was real happy to see them in there.
I was too.
Congratulations to all of them. I shut that off. What do you say that we?
How long you been doing this for, Lyle?
This will not. You can't shut this off till you switch to that screen. It just won't do it.
Okay, I'm just giving you.
And the minute that you do, you know that you should have already done it.
I'm thinking that it was totally Dee's idea and Nina's idea. I think
she's the smarter one in the family, so yeah, that could very well be.
Pretty much. At least she's not throwing rod and reels over the side of her boat.
Oh, what do you say we welcome some people into the show tonight?
I'd love to. I love saying hello to all the great people that watch. I do want to give a shout out to Sister Betty. I know she's probably watching now, or she'll watch here after the fact. I want to say good job to Dee. What's up, sister? How you doing? I want to say hello to Katie Dockery. We might have some questions about her later on in the program that we'll reveal shortly. Much love. I want to say hello to Alyssa. How you doing, dear? And I want to say hello to Cindy. Cindy, even though he had you on his show, don't let him fool you. Don't give him any cinnamon rolls, because he is not a fan of the great state of Missouri. We're talking about Chad. So I see Aaron in the house. What's going on, bud? I see Avid Fisherman. How you doing, Avid? Bobcat Outdoors. What's up, Bobcat? Brad Caudill. Check him out for all your sinkers and weights and drag weights and all that good stuff. I'm sure somebody will post Brad's link out there in chat. I see Buckshot in the house. There's Central Valley Adventures. What's up, CVA? Miss Chrissy Brown, how you doing? There's Creole Catfishing. I want to remind everybody to go over to Creole's channel and give him some watch time. He made that 1,000 sub mark. Now he just needs the hours. So if you could do that, go over there and watch some videos of his. He would appreciate it. I see Dennis Graham, Crappie Time. What's going on, Dennis? Is that a new one, Lyle?
I believe it is.
I believe it is. Welcome to the show, bud.
Absolutely glad to have you.
Fat Boy Eric Fishing. I resemble the first part of that username. There's Chadwick. What's going on, Chad? How you doing, bud? Good job on well, no, wait a minute. Why am I telling you good job on it? Good job again, D. There's Danimals Creations and Adventures. There's Fishing at Freedom. What's up, Richard? How you doing, Fishing with Big Mike? D again, hello. Halana is Catfish Adventures. That's the daughter of Freddie and Nina. Welcome. Jeremy Colvin's Fishing. What's going on, Jeremy? How you doing, buddy? There's Joe Buck 66, John Patrick Jr., John Boy's Fishing. There's Lisa Elliott. What's up, Lisa? How you doing? Luther Harlow in the house. Mike Irvin in the house. Sampy's in the house. What's up, Mike? How you doing, bud? There's Nina. There's Jesse over at Outdoor Addiction. What's up, Jesse? There's a Pat in the house. What's up, Pat? Philip Williams in the house. Troy over at Real and Virtual Outdoors. How you doing? There's Real Good Fish. How you doing, dear? I was hoping to see you up on that screen. Maybe next time they do that. Sandy over at Silver Fox Fishing. How you doing, Sandy? Hopefully Van isn't too much of a handful over there. He's feeling a little under the weather. I hope he gets well soon. For your sake, if not just his. Super Dave 336 in the house. What's up, Super Dave? He's a mod extraordinaire over at SK's Crappie Catching Adventures. Susquehanna Stan in the house. How you doing, Stan? Turner Fishing in the house. What's going on, bud? Twisted Fishing TV. What's up, Frank? Uncle Lou in the house. What's up, my man? How you doing? There's Matt over at Want to Be Outdoors. We had some more people pop in here. Let's see if I can. Big Bill's Veterans Catfishing. Bill. Brian B. Catfishing decided to join us. What's up, Brian? How you doing? Catfish Fever and Outdoors. What's up, Lynn? I see he brought his old username out of Mothballs. Come back and join us. Good to see us. Good to see you. There's my buddy Aaron over at Catfish Regulators. He's got an interesting 1-versus-1 going against Jeremy's Tournament Cats. And boy, at about 3 and 4 in the morning, I think it was my time, they were talking some smack. It was borderline barroom brawl between them two. So that's going to be a good one to watch. I can't wait.
Absolutely.
I think they're going to go 7 p.m., 7 a.m. And Aaron has Jeremy, who's a boat fisherman, fishing off the bank. Should be very interesting. Miss Chrissy Brown, if I said hello, I'm saying it again. Eric Massey Jig Company. Eric was a guest on my show last week over at Catfish and Crappie. It was great to have him. Got a lot of kind words from a bunch of people, Eric, saying that you were an awesome guest, that I should have you again. I'm sure we will. If not on there, I think we should have Eric on here in a couple of weeks. What do you think?
Yeah, if he's I never didn't know he had any evenings off. I thought he worked the evenings.
Work schedule. Yeah, I jumped all over him. Sorry, boss. I had to do it.
Hey, no problem.
Let's see who else we got in here. JP3 Outdoors. What's going on, JP3? How you doing? Kentucky Redneck Outdoors. There's
David Smith.
Harlow, David Smith in the house. I missed him. Philip Williams. I might be saying people twice now here, but they keep piling in. Rifter and Dreams. There's 2 Stans Fishing. What's going on, Stan? I think I got everybody. If I missed anybody, Lyle, I'm sure you'll bring them up during the showgram.
Well, if we see them, we will be glad to do it. And if we don't think that we ever overlook anybody intentionally, sometimes the chat just rolls so fast we can't keep caught up with all of us. So bear that in mind, because we want to acknowledge everybody that spends their time to come in here with us. And we appreciate the fact that you're coming in and watching us on a Thursday evening, especially after what we just went through, man. That was a great show. I just can't get over how well all them ladies done. And it's hard for people that's never been in a show like that. It's hard to get a bunch of them to do it because they're usually a little nervous and stuff. But man, they all just like they've done it their whole lives. They've done great.
Yeah, they've been around for a little while. As far as the Catfish family is concerned, I expect nothing less than excellence from those ladies, because they always.
There's SK.
Hey, what's going on, SK? I do want to take a second, Lyle, to wish us a happy 1-year anniversary here on Panfish Nation.
Very pleased with that. We're at 700 subscribers after 1 year. I thought we'd make the 1,000 the first year, but we're just a little bit shy. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit the like button. We appreciate all that. And any comments that you had, I read them all and try to answer most all of them. And if you have direct questions for Mark that you put in there, I will make sure that he sees them if he doesn't look at it, because we do get busy sometimes. But
let me let the people in on a little secret. If you put an ampersand, which is that little @ sign that you use in an email, in front of a channel's name, it'll tag them and they'll be able to see that you mentioned them in a comment in their studio dashboard. So
that's an awesome tip, and I know everybody would appreciate that. Maybe Super Dave would like to come on Panfish Nation some night.
I'd like that.
I would too. He does such a great job for SK over there, and I know that he fishes a lot. I would love to have him. Dave, if you're interested in that, please message me on Messenger or something, and we'll try to set that up. Would love to have you. Really nice guy. Like I say, he is a great mod over there. He does that. SK's only got a couple of mods, and the ones that he has,
him and Slick, I think that's it.
Yeah, Slick does a good job too. He does. And he's got some great videos out. I've watched a lot of his videos. So,
See, we're
that's
gonna.
very good.
Oh, look at that! You know, Lyle. I see Slicks. I see Super Dave. Hold on, Super Dave's a mod in here, but SK isn't.
Well, how can that possibly
So
be?
if SK ever gets Super Dave mad, he can take it out on him over here at Panfish Nation. Welcome to the show, people.
Yeah, it's going to be a night. Oh, here's a question here. We'll pull up right quick. What action rod do you guys prefer for panfish? Myself, I prefer ultralight and lights just because they're so much fun. But I do like a little backbone.
I like a stiffer rod. I like a little longer rod for casting light baits a little further because I am a caster. I'm a float fisherman. I will fish without them, but I like a stiffer rod, and the fast tip can't hurt. I am by some recommendations during SK show gonna and during my talk with Eric, I'm gonna try some vertical jigging with some long poles this year. I'm just waiting for a certain company to get them in stock, and then I'll just order them all at once. But we're gonna see if I can't make that work this year. I'm always looking to try new things. That and I did just get a dock shooting rod from B&M. I think it's called a sharpshooter, I believe, Lyle. I keep talking about this, but that was out of recommendations of this James Dockery character. You wouldn't know anything about him, would you?
I do. And
You do.
before we get to that,
Okay.
Abbott had a question here. What's the new jig that you have coming out for the Tall Betty lineup? Abbott, I'm going to be real quick with this because Betty's got so much stuff going on with Bub getting injured in that fire accident and all that stuff. Plus, she works every day, and Brandon works every day. She hasn't been getting to fish much. And when the seasons change and the water starts warming up, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, she will be giving me the new ideas of what should be in the spring type box. And then that's when we'll change them. But when she makes the decision of, hey, this is what's working for me now, include these in there and take these out. These are not doing. That's how we'll do that. But there might be some of these. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 packages of jigs tonight, and we're going to give away 4 of them. You get to choose which ones you give away.
I have a lot more room in this box over here, Lyle, just so you know.
You know,
No, I mean, I have room in here, Lyle.
I was going to say,
Do you get what I'm saying, Lyle? I have room in here.
Now a bunch of them just fell out, but this is my box of spares.
Why do I have any empty boxes if you got all them? When I started this job a year ago, you told me you'd pay me in jigs. What's going on here?
I love these.
I do.
I
too.
really do. Them are badass. I'm just saying. You know, we was talking about how you combat a great show like was on the beginning of the show.
We're not going to combat it. We're just going to do what we do best.
And we do it with this guy. What do you say, James? We can't hear you.
Buddy?
How's it going?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Fantastic.
Doing pretty good. Okay,
We're
so
gonna have
hold on a second. Now, okay, Mark, you don't have to worry about me going off on everybody tonight. I mean,
I was counting on it. Don't let me down.
Keep your finger off the trigger, okay?
Don't let me down.
Folks are actually going to want to hear and see what I have to say tonight. So, last week before, something like that.
I didn't do that.
I did by mistake.
Did you hear what? It wasn't me.
This is why Mark is supposed to be in control and Lyle's to keep his fingers off the keyboard.
Sorry.
I'm talking to people in chat. I look up and
I'm gone.
You're gone. I'm like,
Okay.
wait a minute.
So anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, we were talking about how, we've got something big coming out, stuff like that. So how would you guys like to see a sneak peek at what we have coming on? How about the Panfish Nation ice rod?
Give him the solo screen.
Oh yeah. You can't do that?
I can do that, but I thought.
Oh, okay. I just making sure. I thought I would give you all that.
Look at that. I don't even have one of them.
Nope.
You notice how he was quick to remind me that I don't?
That's right.
Here, wait
Oh,
a
you
minute.
didn't get those pictures?
Sorry about that, folks.
But this is what we're going to use for ice fishing for the rest of this year. We're going to be testing them out and trying to figure out exactly what we need to change, what we don't need to change, all this other stuff. So stay tuned. This is the first one. The second one, are you ready for this? It's a little bit longer one. This is almost 34 inches from the tip to the butt cap. And this one is solid fiberglass, I do believe, correct?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Yep. And I'm going to go, and Katie's not happy with Lyle at the moment because she's, he's cost me another reel. I mean, I didn't lose mine in the river. I just have to go buy a new one.
But we know a guy that did do that.
Well, we do. And I'm not sure, but that one might have fit on this reel. We're not sure yet. But yeah, so this is how solid fiberglass. And guys, these guides on here are heavy duty. So some of these ice sturgeon rods and stuff like that, I don't know. Might have to give them a run for the money on some of this stuff.
And
James and I talked about this today, and there will be some of them taken to Mendota, and I'm going to try to put a 25 or 30 pound channel cat in a boat on one of those.
This is all we're allowed to use.
Oh,
James and I have made up our mind that we're going to make it happen.
you better tie that rod to your wrist or something, because it's going to pull that rod right in the water, and then you're going to be like Chad Senior.
I have Driftmaster rod holders. Nothing pulls out.
I'm talking about while you're reeling it in, it'll pull that thing right out of your hands.
Oh no, nah. We're gonna have fun.
If I got to, I'll super glue it to James's hand.
Hey, I heard that Katie was upset with Chad for not inviting him on the show today.
Her on the show.
Katie is not feeling well today.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So yeah, she's kind of under the weather. She's been fighting this little head cold thing, and she's got enough.
I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact she takes you out fishing every damn day.
Not every damn day. I didn't go the day before. Or the day before that. I was home for like 4 days. You guys should know this. You caught the brutality of.
Cindy says she's putting a 30 on one of them.
Oh, there we go. That would be a blast to see.
I bet Katie sticks with the big rod. Who you want to bet?
More than likely.
Yeah.
She caught most of those on that blue rod she had up there last year. I don't think she's giving that one back.
Probably not.
Do I hear a side bet in the making?
It could be. You
Could
never
be.
know.
Very well could be.
It's going to be a great time. James, since we got you in here talking about ice rods, tonight we're going to have a little visit about changing from the cold water as it starts warming up into spring and what we do to catch more fish, which is going to be basically on you guys, because I don't change anything I do because I don't ice fish. So any conversation that you two have about that, just go right ahead with it. And at the end of the show, like I say, I got 6 packages of jigs. We're going to give 4 of them away. You get the first winner gets one choice. The second one gets a second choice. And I'll hold them up the best I can. And you guys decide, and we'll send them out to you in the morning.
All right.
So we are still ice fishing, and I know you were out there today, and you put a couple fish on the ice, so to speak, right?
So to speak. Yep.
Now is a good time to start thinking. At least for me, in my part of the country, ice fishing slows down towards the end. It really does until the water and until you gets the unsafe edge ice. Then you start getting to thaw. and so on. So now is a good time to start thinking about spring, if you ask me. Some of the things I do, obviously, is what's going on.
Shouldn't Michael be coming up with ideas for Kevin?
And speaking of that, Mark, what night is it that Kevin and Michael do their thing, podcast deal?
Tuesday nights, if I'm not mistaken. It's a member-only deal.
Need to check that out. But yeah, that's funny, James. Matt says pine tar works. You can put that on James's hands.
Hey, this thing's going to jerk me out of the boat. I'm not very big, guys.
You sure aren't.
That's right. I'm only like an inch shorter than Lyle, and that's just because of that peach fuzz he's got on top of his hair.
I guess I should let it grow out again.
I suppose you probably should. But no,
be 2 or 3 inches taller than you.
Yeah, we are, doing still a lot of ice fishing at the moment, and it's going to be probably, I'm going to say probably about another month up here in Northeast Missouri before we actually start to see a lot of change from, going from the deep water crappie up to the shallow water crappie. So right now I'm only using 2-pound test line. I'm using a small, like 1/94 ounce jig head or ice fishing jig. You guys can get those from Eagle Claw. That's where I get these. You can also order them online, but I would order them pretty quick if you're going to, because from everything I've been seeing, a lot of them are getting sold out. Sold out fast.
If you want tungstens and stuff, if you want to get a hold of them and use them, whether it's in spring or other times of the year, now's the time to order them, because they are selling out everywhere you go.
Oh yeah.
Another thing that I like to do this time of the year is I like to get supplied on my crappie nibbles this time of year, because nobody's using them, so stores and places are getting back in stock. I'm looking for that red with the strip of glitter. That's the one I'm looking for. Chartreuse I'm looking for. Chartreuse is quick to sell out everywhere. Pretty much I'm replenishing everything. I'm also looking for sales on a mono, like my 4 and my 6 pound. I'm going to try and run some 10 to 12 pound braid this year. So I've been kind of looking for that stuff, get my gear all ready and lined up, ready to go. Start filling up my jig boxes with some hand ties that are either gifted to me or I tie myself. Things like that. That's what I'm doing in my downtime now when it's 8 degrees below zero with the 30 degree below zero wind chill, and I don't feel like going out ice fishing, which has been quite a bit lately.
Yeah, it has
been sending me the crappy weather up here.
Well, somebody's got to have it, and I got tired of me having it all the time, so I'm sending it on to you and Chad. But Chad is being Chad and taking off to, I think he's going to Bama.
Let's not talk about him and going to Bama. If you want to talk about D going down to Bama and catching all the fish, we can talk about that. But Chad, no.
Chad, no. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, step on your toes, Mark. I know it's so subject.
I just have hurt feelings that he's going down there and I'm not. Even though he did extend an invitation to me, I just can't.
But the thing about it is he's going down there to Bama, and it's liable to be cold. Just as cold. It's probably going to be colder down there than it is if he just would have stayed home.
I didn't even realize. I haven't looked at the weather down there.
If that happens, that'll really be funny.
Yeah, for his sake, I hope it is. For D's, I hope it isn't. It's kind of a yin-yang kind of thing. I got to balance out, so I'm just going to be quiet about what I want the weather to be like down there.
Okay. Understand.
Yeah, D says they're leaving in the morning.
In the morning. Yep. I hope D gets on some big ones down there.
Oh, Chad. And speaking of crappie nibbles, I want to give full credit to Betty. She's the one that turned me onto that red with the strip of glitter color. I never would have bought that.
Yeah.
So,
Chad, you have to understand that if one of us loses a rod, unless it's being videotaped, we're smart enough not to ever tell anybody.
Ever going to hear it, buddy. Ever. That's just like everybody will never see those pictures of Lyle in those yoga positions unless they pay me enough money.
No.
I've seen them, folks. It's worth the money.
It's not a pretty sight.
It would be the meme gift that keeps on giving.
I'm pretty sure you're right about that.
You can, if Lyle ever upsets us, we just give you a copy of that to our buddy Josh and let him run with it.
Yeah, he would.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Josh likes me.
Slick, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? We were just
Kim
talking.
Burnett has joined chat. Welcome, Kim.
What's up, Kim? How you doing? Congratulations again on getting your jigs into a retail store. I don't know if you made the announcement of where yet, but hopefully that goes awesome for you, bud.
There's Slick is in chat. We was just talking about him a while ago.
We were.
I didn't know he was in chat, but that's okay.
Now, getting back to the fishing portion, see, right now I'll take all my line off of my rod and reels from last year. And guys, do not forget, buy your fishing license. If you're in a state that already, that it expired at the end of the year and you haven't bought them yet, go ahead and buy them now. Just, that way you're never caught out there without them. I know Missouri's runs until the end of February, so we don't have to worry about that. But I'm starting to change my line. I'm starting to go through my tackle bag to see what all I need to order, and there's a lot going on right now.
Will you take Chad's wrench away from him for a second, Lyle?
Oh, that'd be my pleasure.
Thank you, bud.
Good night, Chad.
I don't know what he done, but it must have been bad.
It's bad.
Okay.
All right, wonderful. There we go.
Love you, brother.
Anyway, yeah, it's just taking a step back real quick. That's good thing that you mentioned licenses. Also, you want to make sure your tags and your taxes are paid on your boats if you have to do it. Here on the Fox River, we need to pay for stickers to use a certain part of it. And further north, that was up at the first of the year. I got a little local lake here that in order to use a boat ramp, you got to buy the yearly pass. It's only $20, but they'll give you, $100 ticket if you don't have it. Exactly. But it's things like that you need to remember. I know a lot of people have checklists and they've been doing it for a lot of years, but we wanted to make sure I want to make sure I bring all of that stuff to all of yours attention.
Yeah.
So
say we've got one lake here that we have to buy the season pass for. And I think it's $25, and it's along the same line.
Oh, fish! Look at that. He's back, Lyle.
How did that happen?
He's pulling a Josh, and he's got 500 different accounts.
Well, Josh does have several.
Yeah. Want to be? I ordered mine through Eagle Claw, and it's been 4 or 5 years ago that I ordered them through there. I'm not even sure if they sell them anymore or not, but if you can go on Amazon, and there is tons and tons of them there, or go to eBay. eBay's even a little bit cheaper, and you're actually helping an individual out and not just Amazon. So
Buck sent me an image. I'm going to keep from posting that on here.
Matt wants to know, James, where do you get your tungstens again? The company.
That's what we were just talking about.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
Yeah, and that's where I was saying,
busy
guys,
taking care of Chad for you guys.
Yeah, a lot of the jig heads and stuff like that, they're going up in price, and they're also they're running out. And I don't know if it's people are just ordering more and more of them or what the deal is, but it's
at the end of the year. That happens every year. They don't want to replenish it while it's at the end of the season. So
right,
they just buy what they do at the end of the year, and hopefully it lasts until however long. If they have anything left over, you'll see it be the first thing on the shelves come next season this time of year. So
there you go. Tall Betty.
There's companies like Kenders too out there, Kenders, that sells a little more high-end painted stuff. If you go on some of the ice fishing forums, not forums, but pages on Facebook, there's a lot of guys who hand paint them themselves. There's a gentleman who's a friend of
Luke Hinges.
Yeah, Luke Hinges, that does a great job. I don't remember his name offhand. If you guys are curious, message me. I think it's Nick. I can't say his last name.
North Star Jig Company, I do believe, is what that's
I think
called.
That might be it. He does some good job. He does some really cool paint, and he's got sizes anywhere from, I think, 1 millimeter to 10 millimeter now.
Right.
Or at least he was going to get there. It depends on what you want to do. But now's the time to take advantage of those end of the season sales, most definitely. And you can use them in the spring as well. I mean, I'm getting ready for the fish to come back into the shallows once we got ice out and stuff. And I saw Morello said that Lauren really wanted to try getting on some crappie come upcoming soon. And spring's the best time to do it, Michael. That's when they're coming into the shallows. You can get them pretty much right off the bank. Just look for any kind of structure. You put a a minnow on a little Aberdeen hook underneath the float, and she'd probably do okay.
Oh yeah, she'd do really, really good.
Look at that, tidal weights and sinkers.
Happen to have a couple of decals too.
We gonna give some of them away tonight too?
We can do that. I don't know if Brad makes jigs or not. I don't think so. But he does make some really cool dragon weights.
He does. I got them here somewhere. I can't wait for open water to do that. So that's how I end my season. And then, like you were saying, opening them is respooling lines, you know, making sure I'm resupplied for the next year. Everything from Aberdeen hooks to split shot and stuff. You know, split shot isn't that big a deal. You can pick up a pack, whether it's from I don't know if Brad makes split shot. I don't know if he does or not. Or if you're just picking up from Walmart, you want to make sure that you have them on all the different sizes. I'm kind of picky about fall rates or where I'm fishing and how I use them. So I usually keep like 3 or 4 different sizes. I couldn't tell you what they are unless I'm looking at them. Stuff like that.
Once it starts to warm up a little bit, I'll turn the heat on in the shop, and I'll go out there and make split shots. I'll make jig heads, that kind of stuff. And Brad, no, I'm sitting on about 1,200 pounds of lead at the moment, so I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, Frank says he pours his own sinkers and jigs. If you can do that, now's a good time to do it too. Get stocked up for the season. I know Frank's a multi-species fisherman like we are up here, so that means you got to have a lot of different types of gear. That's the only thing about it. What are you smiling about, Lyle? What are you laughing about?
I keep getting these requests to have moderator status taken away from me.
Oh,
I'm not sure what kind of games are going on that I'm missing.
It's hard telling.
Betty is in chat. She said that Bub's doing really good right now.
That is so good to hear.
It is just some of the best news that we've heard. That kid has been through the mill, but hopefully in a couple of days he'll get to feeling better, or maybe a month. My goal, and I shouldn't even have goals for that young man, but I hope to see him when we go to Mendota. He's such a bright and budding star in the fishing world, and just a general good young man. And unfortunate things happened to him, and he's taking it like a champ. And I'm glad that he's healing up well, and he's just a good boy.
and did you know he's pretty darn good with the chainsaw too, Lyle?
Well, he is.
The video they put up of them guys giving him that saw, that man.
Yeah.
Well, he does a competition too, so
It's just a cool deal. It really is for them guys to do that. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he's tough at it too. So yeah, good things. Always good to hear wonderful things that happen to good people, even after bad things has happened. But you know, he's going to get healed up, and he'll be back in the saddle before you know it.
Yep. Now, Mark, let me ask you a question here, bud.
Yes, sir.
When you're starting to get ready for your crappie, your spring crappie, and we're not talking, ice off and all that stuff. We're actually talking spring crappie. Are you going, and how low of a line poundage are you going?
4 pounds. I got to cast. All right, my spring crappie fishing is usually from the bank, just because that's where they're there, and it's a lot easier than hauling my boat out of the garage and loading it up. I can put a bag in my truck and a reel in my truck, and I like to make sure that bag is loaded up with. Here are the things that I have to have. I have to have my thill floats. I'm really picky about the thills that I like to use. In the spring, it's windy, so I like weighted ones with a low profile to keep them out of the wind. Lyle's having too much fun in chat.
I know.
I'm just watching these.
Hold on a second. There we go. Now it's just
There we go. There we go.
Now you can take him in when he's done laughing. So we'll bring him back in a second. I also want to make sure I got the jigs that worked well for me in the past. I don't know if it's a confidence thing or whatever. I like to make sure. Now, what's the name of the type of plastics you use? Those are the little
Arky.
Not the Arky. The what are they? The little skirted. They look like octopus. I forget what they're called.
They're just tube jigs.
Tube jigs, that's it.
Yeah.
I like to make sure I got like 3 different colors of tube jigs that I like. I like to make sure that I got plenty of monkey milk. If you like monkey milk jigs, now's the time to buy them, because you ain't going to find them come spring. And then there's a couple of them that I really like from a brush pile, like they're I believe it's called Vegas Gold. you'd be surprised, even in clear water, that gold sparkle and chartreuse are with the one with the pink for some reason. If they got a hard bite, it'll trigger them, and then I can switch back over to the monkey milk. But those are the jigs I do best in the spring. I don't use any live bait in the spring at all.
No, I see, and that's something I don't either. I'm using, and really the only time that I'll use live bait is during the winter.
I forgot about Lyle. Sorry, but
it's okay.
It's okay.
I wasn't done laughing.
Yeah. But the only live bait that I'm using during all year for crappie is wax worms. And and that's just tipping them on those little ice jigs and stuff like that. Once it hits, ice off, I'm using, and I'll still stick with the 2-pound test line until the spring. I mean, until the spawn starts. Once the spawn starts, I'll move up to 4, and then once they get a little bit warmer weather, water and stuff like that, I might go up to 6.
I'll go up to 6 depending on weed cover. If I'm having problems getting into a little bit of weeds while I'm retrieving that bait or whatever, because obviously you don't want to cast into a weed directly. I'll break a 4-pound off. When I get tired of that, I got couple of reels set up at 4 and 6, but I am definitely going to try. I'm going to try braid this year. Recommendations from a bunch of the guys, including SK and Kim. I don't know if Kim uses braid or not. I know it was SK and a couple of those other guys over on SK's chat. They say it a lot too, but that's pretty much where I stay.
Yeah,
the jigs are really good. Yep,
I've tried the braid on there, and I don't know if I just can't get the feel of it or whatever, but I mean I just stick with the mono. That's my tried and true. That's my go-to. I have more luck on it. So,
well, my reason for not just for not for the usability, but more for the sensitivity when I go to switch over to more vertical jigging. I think I might need it, since I don't do it that often, to get used to what that actual vertical thump feels like, especially the smaller size fish that we have here in northern Illinois. But you know what? I got hope though. One of the guys that I know just caught a 4-pounder again this year over on Channel Lake through the ice. So they're in there. That's where you and Lyle tore me apart while I couldn't hear what you guys were saying.
Fun day. Fun day. I was nothing but nice to you though.
Yeah. Yeah, I was. I guess I don't remember that day. But no, and
ask the people in chat real quick. Do you guys think I should let them do that again? Say yes or no in the chat.
There you go.
I think we'll win, James. I really do.
And want to be that the tube jigs that I use are from Arky. Don't get me wrong. And the reason why I like those is just because they come in about an inch size. You can get them bigger or whatever, but if those fish are finicky at biting, I'll drop down to that inch, and that usually sometimes it'll trigger the bite to go. But all of mine usually during the ice off and stuff like that is I'm fishing under a weighted cigar bobber.
I would like to interrupt you, gentlemen, for 1 second. There is a video that come up about 45 minutes ago. It's not a video, I'm sorry. It's images of Keith Smart, who had his first go round of chemoreceptors today. So please keep Keith in your thoughts and prayers. He's in a lot of people's shows and supports all of us. And he's been around in the fishing world for a long, long time. And we just hope for the very best for Keith. He's a great guy.
Yeah,
I'm definitely there. He's had an uphill battle for quite some time now. So if you guys know him, make sure you drop him a line. Let him know you're thinking about him, and obviously keep him in your prayers, most definitely.
Yeah. And Chad too, if he drops another one of these rods in the water.
Yeah. Or breaks it. I mean, it could go either way. You never know with him.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't. But I got to talk to Chad tomorrow. I have something I need to discuss with him, and we'll see how he responds. But it is what it is.
It is, yeah. But
question. I got to get to.
And guys, another thing, right about now is a really, really good time to be thinking about structure. if you're one of these guys that are able to put your own structure in, your own crappie beds in, stuff like that, and you use cedar trees or Christmas trees, those trees usually only last about 5 years before the lake, just chews them up and basically spits them back out. So now would be a really, really good time to get out there and drop you some new Christmas trees and stuff like that, or
I was
or whatever.
I was reading a book about that exact same topic. Not a book, but a chapter in a crappie book about that exact same topic. And this one gentleman down on Barkley, down in the great state of Kentucky. I can't believe I said that when Chad's in the room, but I do love Kentucky. He's a guide out there, and he plants like 30 of them a year. And what he does is he'll take a pallet and he takes stakes, like 4-foot stakes, and he puts them all in vertically, all along the pallet, lines them up, and he drops these like in a row, and he calls them plankton crappie. And the idea behind using those stakes vertically is that there's less of a chance of getting caught up in them, and the fish still stick to them. So whether you're doing them like he was doing them, or whether you're using bamboo that you're cutting down, whether it's in your back, your property or whatever land or anything, that's something definitely to keep an eye on. Christmas trees are good, but man, do I get caught up on Christmas trees. Holy smokes.
Yeah, you do.
My question is why, what would be wrong with using artificial ones when people are done with those?
Well, the artificial ones and stuff like that. First of all, if you have an old Christmas tree that's an artificial one, and you take it out of its box and you tap it on the ground, it'll lose those green plastic tips.
Okay,
they'll fall off just like they, like anything else would. Another thing is a lot of the Corps of Engineers and conservation departments and stuff like that. You've seen the plastic spider, trees and stuff like that these guys make. They're doing a lot of studies on these right now, and some lakes have actually banned the use of those because those do deteriorate. Now it takes it a little bit longer to do so, but when they do, they start putting small plastic particles into the water,
and the BCPs leach out of them, right?
Right.
That's never good.
They're, and there's a lot of people that'll, they'll just find the old plastic tubing and throw it all on there and stuff like that. They're not actually cleaning it out, and it's actually polluting the water. So before you drop any beds or anything like that, check with your, the DNR and stuff like that. Make sure that, you've got permission, because if not, that's polluting a waterway. And that is a massive fine that they can get you for. So just, that's something else to kind of keep in mind, but.
Okay. David Smith would like to know, what are the favorite colors of jigs people like to use this time of year?
Pink and chartreuse yellow.
Hammered gold and Wonder Bread. Those are my
You
favorite.
said hammered. I thought you was going to say something else altogether.
Hammered gold, hammered silver work pretty good. The gold works better. For some reason up here, that's the number through that. That's the combination through the ice. That and a red or a white glow. And for some reason that Wonder Bread, I was worried because people started using that Wonder Bread maybe 5 years ago. Is that what those are, Lyle?
No, these are orange and chartreuse, and they are killer this time of year. Last time Cindy and I was out, that's what I was catching everything on.
I thought the fish were going to get sick of that Wonder Bread, even for salmon. I've caught salmon using that color too, but that's another story. A monkey milk people are mentioning in chat. That's a great ice out color. That's a great anytime color. It looks like bait fish. How can you go wrong with it?
That's right.
Well, and something else to keep in mind is not every waterway is going to be the same. I mean,
Right.
what I catch my crappie on is totally different than what Mark's going to catch his on. And even though Lyle lives in the Boot Hill, of Missouri.
No, I don't.
Well, close enough to it.
Across the state.
It's not across the state.
You live in like a bubble. He lives in like a bio.
know, he
Where is it
does.
70 degrees in December?
I know. But anyway, he may go to Truman or, Pompetier or Stockton or something like that. And he may catch, all of his crappie on a totally different color. So, you just got to figure out what works best for your body of water that you were fishing in.
We was making jigs one night. All of us was in there, and Chad was in there, and Betty described one to me of like a fire tiger jig. And while she was telling me about it, I made one. And I have found no time of the year yet that hasn't caught fish.
You know why, Lyle? Because that mimics a perch, and perch are tasty, but you
That's
don't
right.
know that yet. So
No, I do not. But it reminds me of red breast, and they also taste good.
Now, see, I've caught some, some of the crappie that I've caught, some of the bigger ones anyway, they've had green sunfish in their bellies.
oh yeah,
I've cut them open. So, again, guys, I mean, you just got to figure out exactly what your body of water is wanting. Are those fish in your body of water wanting?
and real quick, if anybody's interested, that book when I was reading that stuff, I actually listened to it on audiobook. I pick up a little tidbit of information here and there from all the books that I read or listen to. This one is called Catch Crappie All Year Long. You can get it at Amazon or through Audible. But there's some pretty good tips. And the reason why that reminded me that is because they talk about down there again, not on Barkley, but on Granada, they're catching crappie in the spring with baby crappie in them with small little 1 yearlings in their bellies.
Really?
Let me. Does that have like pictures in it so people like Avid can understand how to catch a fish? Or
it's audio, so you don't need to read. You just need to know how to listen. So
okay. Well, never mind. That's not going to work either.
Oh, okay. And back to your wax worms. Now, 3-pound crappie. I saw him fishing a tournament on one of his videos on Grenada, and they were spider rigging, and then they were having a hard time getting them to bite. They were trying crappie nibbles, and they switched over to putting gobs of wax worms on them, and they were claiming it's because of the scent. And wax worms have a unique odor to them too.
They do.
So that could be one of the reasons why they would end up working well, not just on the ice, but during the spring as well. It might be worth a shot if you have them available to you and you feel like spending the dough on them. Right? Well, crappie nibbles cost you money either, so maybe I'll give them a shot this year, see how they work out.
Hey, how about we do a giveaway right quick?
Hey, let's do it.
We don't have to do them all at the end of the show.
Sounds good, bud.
And then you guys can continue on once we get rolling. Whoop, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, it is.
It was Chad was crying about getting his wrench back. I'm seeing if he has it back, because if he doesn't, I'm gonna hammer him.
Is he being bad again?
No, I just saw him complaining about not having his wrench.
Oh,
he's not even in there. He left already.
Well, he's probably in bed because he's got to get up and go to Bama tomorrow morning. Yeah,
poor fella.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, feels bad for him.
That must be a rough life.
Hi, Alyssa. There he is. I said hi to Alyssa earlier.
Creel says our clear water looks like jet black on the surface. That's when the bright colors tend to do well. Makes sense to me. I would, when it looks like that around here, James, it's frozen.
Well, if it's frozen, get out on it and fish it.
No.
You just don't know what you're missing.
I tell you what I'm missing is I go by this pond at that motel you and Katie stayed at. It's got the big pond behind it. And about half of that's got ice on it and half of it don't. Now, which half are you going to walk on?
Well,
I want you to walk in the part that doesn't have any ice on it, Lyle.
Yeah, I'm not walking on none of it. Yeah, there ain't going to be none of that. We don't get ice down here. Now, James, he got a bunch of cold weather here a week or so ago, and he froze pretty good. And Mark, he lives up there where they freeze year round. So, I mean, it's north of Chicago. It's supposed to be cold.
A good day today. I couldn't get away to fish, but tomorrow in the morning it's going to be a high of -6. So I don't think I'll be out there too early in the morning.
I would think not.
I think it's supposed to be 21 for a high here tomorrow, but I think I'm going to go first thing in the morning and just get it out of the way with. Yeah, it's kind of like a chore having to fish it every day, guys.
I can't do that. If you guys want in on the drawing for the jigs, #jig is your word. So jump on in there because we're not going to run these too long. And if you have any more questions for Mark and James about ice fishing,
or fall, springtime fishing too.
Yeah, and
There's
the
Maurice.
crossover.
How you doing, Maurice Gason? What's going on, buddy?
Great to
Mr.
see
Casey.
Maurice in here. I just
He
seen
is.
somebody else, but it took off and I lost it. Rustic Outdoors has joined us.
I thought I saw a new one too. I'm looking for the Gray Wolf Outdoors. How cool of a username is that?
Yeah, that is a great name. Thanks for joining us. Frank, I know that you have had some good comments, and I tried to put some of them up there, but chat's been rolling by so fast, and Dee and Chad and Abbott and them guys have been so funny tonight. I've been watching them.
Yeah, we left Chad. We left Lyle in charge of taking care of Chad today, and he dropped the ball. So we apologize.
We do
Yes.
apologize, guys. But yeah, guys, you're going to start seeing a lot more pictures. If you've got me on Facebook or Twitter or something like that, I'm going to be putting up these, pictures of these ice rods and what I'm catching on them starting probably tomorrow afternoon because I'm going first thing in the morning.
That's going to be a lot of fun for everybody.
Yes.
And like I say, I've got a couple. I've got the very first one that I built, and it wasn't done exactly like these ones that James has got. My knowledge on ice rods was limited, so I had to build a couple of them before I could figure out what I needed to do to change them and make them better. And that's where guys like Mark and James come in to play because they do ice fish and I do not, and I never pulled any bones about it. But the first one, liked it so well, I knew instantly that we was going to be taking them to Mendota after them big channel cast. I'm telling you, I'm going to be shooting docks with that long one.
I think you probably could. I mean,
yeah, there's no question.
They're great dock rods, not just for shooting, but fishing off a dock or with the kid off a dock.
Yeah,
and again, these are solid fiberglass.
Yeah,
and these have got the real seats in them and everything else.
Now the other one's graphite.
Right. This one, the smaller one here is graphite, and I wouldn't dare try to hook up a big catfish on that thing because
Oh yeah, I'll be having one of them with me too.
Yeah, I'll do it, Lyle. I got no problem with that.
What do you say we give a pack of these jigs away?
Let's do her.
Right on. Muddy
Only
water.
19 in there. But we only have 19 in there, maybe to speed them up to get in for the next drawing. And the winner is Matt from
Look
Big Outdoors. Congrats.
Now,
Congratulations, Matt.
yes, sir. Let me get it up here.
You know, you can just redraw from that same pool and people can add their name, keep adding their name.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Yeah. Them are orange and brown.
Ooh.
And this one here is an assortment of a couple of different colors. And then we have, now the one that's got chartreuse in it, if there's a blank spot, that's because there's a green screen behind me. But they're orange and chartreuse with feather behind them. And the other one is black with, I don't know what, magenta or some kind of wild ass color.
Wild ass color.
Yeah. These here I really like. I think they're going to do really well.
Everybody likes pink when it comes to crop jigs.
And red seems to be working real well. And then
Frank, you need to be quiet because I'm hoping he sends those to me, bud.
All you got to do is say.
Okay, the orange ones, please.
Guys, make sure you put in #jigs.
#jigs. We're going to do 2 more drawings.
2 more
people.
3 more. Just let me know, Matt, which one of those you want. You get the first choice, and then we'll draw for them again. If your ass is magenta, you definitely got a wild one. Well, all right then.
And is that a little monkey one she put in there?
I don't know.
Is that a baboon? They got kind of magenta asses, don't they?
I don't know nothing about them. Oh man, that was too good. But yeah, if you guys got any more questions for Mark and James, now would be a great time to get them in there. Muddy Water Bait and Tackles had been some nice crappie caught around there lately. That's awesome.
Say the bite is actually starting to pick up a little bit. So,
and for you, it didn't look like it slacked up.
Well, it didn't, but
them docks that you fish off of, James, they must be magical.
Well, there's not really a lot of structure in this lake unless you get on the back side of it and it's got all that, some standing timber and stuff like that. And that's where I'd love to get over to, but I can't walk on water. So, and the lake is not completely froze.
Sorry. Could you show the first view again? I can't.
Okay, we'll give you the solo layout once again here. I just took you over there, took you off of there. I like that orange and gold a lot.
Okay. This one is an assortment, kind of an assortment package.
The assortment one's kind of cool. You can't go wrong with an assortment. Figure out what they want.
Now these are the green. These are green with orange heads, and then the black and whatever color that is.
Yeah, jigs does stay in there, Betty. But you can enter it as many times as makes you comfortable, people.
It only takes it for once.
It only it dedupes it and takes it for once.
Nope, you don't have to enter again, but you can if you want. Makes no difference. Here's the other ones. I don't know if I showed them or not.
Black and purple. That's
Yeah,
good
black and
one.
purple.
This one's only got 2 in it, so I might throw in an extra bunch or something with them.
You know,
He wants the green and
Green and orange.
Good
Done
choice.
deal, Matt. They are yours.
336 in the house. You just entered back in.
Sweet.
And if we're lucky, Muddy Water Bait and Tackle, if they are still in the shop, maybe they'll play us from time to time on the
Maybe
big
so.
screen over there.
We need to do another jig tying night, guys. There's been enough people that are about to talk about
I'm
it.
pretty low on stuff, but if you guys got enough stuff, I'll moderate and maybe I'll just make up some to give away.
Eric Massey wanted to be a part of that too.
Eric wants to do it. Kim Burnett wants to do it. Hey, them's 2 great guys right there. Okay, Matt, I got you down.
What are you low on as far as materials, Lyle?
Oh, everything. I sit there and this winter when things wasn't going on, I couldn't get broad stuff. I'd sit and build them all day and all night until I just run out of stuff to build with. I need to get some more, but if I do, then I'll be doing that, and I need to get caught up on some other stuff. But as slowly as things are being unloaded off of them ships out in California, I think them guys are doing that on purpose.
Well, I don't know. They very well could be. But I got something to show you, Lyle. This ought to make you nice and happy. That bag. All goose feathers.
I didn't do that.
Very nice, James.
So I'll send you some of those, bud.
Hey,
Where'd you get them at?
Wait. Who's that little partner next to you? You want to introduce him to the crowd?
The ankle biter?
Your ankle biter, the one that's as tall as you are.
Oh.
Oh, did I say
I
that?
don't want it's Katie's dog. All right. And if I touch it, it's liable to bite me. This
Oh,
thing
wait.
is like,
We can hope.
Go ahead and pick it up. Let's see.
hang on.
It's a family show. Families like dogs.
They like to see James get bit.
Oh. Come here. Oh, this is hold on.
He is a cutie.
He is pretty darn cute.
This is Katie's dog.
He is. Matt, be sure to send me your address.
All right, go away.
You know how to get over.
Go,
Yeah,
go
make
on.
it easy. All right, we're ready to do what
And
we're.
look, you see this? This is what the dog is playing with.
I thought that was yours.
No.
Got it too. All right, let's do another giveaway.
Right on.
Here
The
we
real
go.
Shiner
We're already
in the
drawing.
house.
Already
Yeah,
drawing.
we got a lot of Chihuahua fans in the Catfish family. We got Betty, we got
catfishing.
Sonny, we got Dockery now, and now Shino's a Chihuahua fan.
And his name is Dobby because when she first got him, that's what he looked like. He looked like Dobby from Harry Potter. So
What's
that was
that?
his name.
I
It's a
forgot
creature.
to
Who knows?
I forgot to show this, but there's the winner for the second one. I'll try to do better next time.
Oh, Dink
Hey,
over
Dink.
there. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Dink, if you just send me your shipping address, you can get me on Messenger, or you can email me just do it to catfishweeklytv@gmail.com. That's the easiest way. Everybody has got that probably. Or just message me on Messenger and we'll get it to you. to make sure that you get your stuff.
Hang on one sec. Hey, Avid, I'll give Chad back his pacifier if you go wash your hair. Promise. What? He was picking on Chad. I'm not going to put up with it. That's my brother.
Dobby. What'd you say a Dobby was?
It's a creature.
It's got to be a fake thing on.
It's from what is that from Harry Potter or is that from something else?
Yeah, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, that's what I thought. All right, are we ready to do the last one, Lyle?
Hang on just a second.
Okay, he's writing stuff down, people. See, even Big Mike knows it's from Harry Potter.
Yeah, I don't watch any of that stuff, so
Muddy
that
Water
was kinda
tackle axes. What size hooks are you using? We have had good lucks with victory. See if I got a pack of these hooks. These are my go-to Aberdeens, if that's what you're talking about, panfish and such. I like the Eagle Claws, but these aren't your standard Eagle Claw Aberdeens. These are called the Pro V Aberdeens. I don't know if you guys will be able to see them. They're pretty much a hybrid. They're like an Aberdeen / sickle hook. I'm trying to get it to focus, but you can see they got kind of a bend in them.
Got bend in them.
I do like size 4s, and I do have size 6s, which I don't use as often. But these
I buy some of those, and they work amazing.
I buy them out whenever I find them. This is the kind of stuff I'm looking for now. They stock them up at Farm and Fleet. I go in there and I buy them out of the Thill bobbers I want, because once they're gone, I can't find them anywhere. And same with these hooks. So,
and guys, if the trend keeps going, since all this whole being sick started and stuff like that, more and more people are starting to fish, are getting back into fishing. So the fishing gear and stuff that you see, it may not last long. So if you're going to do it,
true.
And
the more and more people are keeping more fish to eat also too.
Exactly.
Stink, you need to let me know which package that you want.
Let's give you a solo screen here, Lyle. Once I'm doing it right now, bud. There you go.
Either one of these two or one of these three. And let me know which ones you want before we do the next drawing. That way I don't give away the ones you want.
And guys, remember when you're ordering your fishing gear and stuff like that this year, go to your mom and pop shops before you hit Walmart or Amazon or any of them other places. These are small business owners, guys. And the more support that we can give them, the better off they're going to do, and the more products they're going to be able to supply you with.
Tell them what you like. I'm sure they can get it through their
exactly.
Yeah.
And thank you, Matt. But I'll end up buying them out like I do every year. If I need some more, I will. The Real Shino is asking again. I know Michael Morello asked the same question about taking his daughter crappie fishing. Spring's the time to do it, man. Once ice is out, they're going to be in the shallow flats. They're going to be closer to the bank come spawn. Now's the time to get on them from the bank. Our school is time to get on them from the bank.
Yep, get you some Aberdeen hooks, a split shot, and put it about 2 to 3 feet under a float, and let it drift back into the bank, and you're going to nail them.
That's I would use minnows. You'll have better luck with minnows.
You are not kidding.
Than with worms or any of that stuff.
Oh yeah,
you might be able to get on them with some wax worms, but you're going to end up getting more panfish than anything.
Yep.
Well, Dinks, if you don't send me the end, we're just going to go ahead and draw these here in a minute. Run the next one. But if you know which ones you want, let me know. If not, then we'll just send you something.
And if you're really wanting on some crappie and stuff like that, fish around docks, look on your DNR website. They usually have a list of where the crappie beds and stuff like that they've placed in the water are, so you guys can get in there and just find them on your map and stuff like that. So
pink ones, gotcha. All right. Now,
slip cork in deeper water, Shino. There you go. you don't spend too much time in one area. If you can move along that whole bank. If you got low water now and you don't have ice, go out there and find the structure and where it's going to be once the water comes back up in the spring. Take pictures, even use your GPS on your phone if you can. Things like that help.
Hey, Betty won some
Betty
jigs.
Jean.
Betty.
Cool beans.
Sis finally won something again.
Well, her and D,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
It's been a while since I've seen them win lately, so
yeah, it has been a while since they've either won one, but they do win a lot. So, Betty, you need to tell me which ones you want.
Stop it. Stop.
Frank says they put $15 baits in a tree where he's at, and he won't even try to retrieve it. This is why I have an extendable gaff in my boat.
There you go. Yep.
You pick for him, Pops. Okay, I will. He's going to get the orange ones.
It depends on your minnows. You can hook them in the back to where they're swimming around, but if they start dying off, hook them through go right in through the mouth and through the top of the head, where it hangs just like a flat minnow would on the surface of the water. And with those waves and stuff like that, that minnow will start dancing and jigging around, and it'll trigger those crappie to bite.
Yeah, it also depends on how heavy the hook you're using and the size of the minnow. If a minnow can hold it up through the lips and still keep horizontal, you're in good shape. That's a good tip. If not, you can still get them through the back behind the fin, and they'll last a little while. And even if they die and you go to swap them out, if you hold on to them, you can always rip the heads off and use them to tip a regular jig head with that's got a plastic on it too. So
Air Run, I will take the orange ones. I think I have some more of those. If you want them, just message me after the show. I'm going to do another giveaway.
Man,
You guys ready?
It's been a month since you went around the world giving
I know.
all the kids presents. You must be in withdrawal. Being so kind today.
Where's that remove button?
If you remove me, I'm going to go get a snack.
Here we go. We're going to draw for the last giveaway of the night. Creole catfishing.
Jeremy DeFore.
Jeremy, let me get
Jeremy mentioned he can't wait to get fishing around them cypress trees. That's one of the things on my to-do list before I die is go wading in the cypress trees with waders
I
on.
bet so.
Big ones.
Here's your ones that you got left to choose from, Jeremy. You have a blue and black, a blue and silver white, and then this is just a bunch of Popeye jigs that I've made up. They're actually wrapped. This group here, I've done a bunch of these, and these was left over. They're wrapped with fishing line at the top, and then on top of that is UV stuff. So they last forever. But they're made out of squirrel tails and hair jigs of deer hair and all kinds of stuff. I made a bunch of them, and this just a few extra I put in bags to give away.
He wants the blue and silver ones, Lyle.
Blue and silver it is, buddy.
Those are Creole colors.
What? Since there's only 2 of them in that package, I'll just throw this other package in there with you.
There you go.
No, Frank's trying to scare me out of it. Short list, bro.
James, it
Yes,
was
sir.
pretty cool of you to jump in here with me and Mark tonight, because it was kind of short notice, like right before the show started.
But I had to show these off, guys.
Well, yeah, and I'm okay
we're
with that.
still working on them. Guys.
Well, let's talk about that for just a second before we leave. You know, not knowing a whole lot about ice rods, never actually held one in my hand. The first one that I made, I didn't like because although 2 guides on either one of them rods would be more than enough because they're so short.
Right.
But when you get to checking, most companies want 3 or 4 on there. Of course, for whatever reason, people seem to think that every rod built needs to have way more guides on them than they really do need.
Right.
So it's a selling thing for most manufacturers.
Right. And
Right.
see, guys, this right here it has 2 guides on it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, 1 guide in the tip. And this guide here is off of the spring bobber right here. And then you've got the actual tip of the rod here.
Right.
And this is, as you can see, this is about, well, heck, it might even be longer than this one right here. That's longer than this one right here, than the one we're working on with Lyle. And I've caught just as many fish off of this one as I have any of my other ice rods. So,
yeah. Well, but the thing is, I built that first one, and that's the one I'm going to keep because it only had 2 guides on it and a tip. But after that, I think that one's got 4, right?
The big one's got 4. Yes.
Yeah.
The 4 plus
and
the tip.
The other one has 3.
The other one
plus
has 3
tip.
plus the tip. Yep.
Yeah, and that's, believe me, that's more than enough for any ice rod made. And anybody says any different has no clue what they're doing. Period. In the conversation. But bends it's a selling point. Everybody thinks they need them. We're going to put them on there.
Right.
Because the rod bend's the same. It doesn't make no difference. The rod's going to bend the same.
And
so,
like this one here, guys, this one does not have a reel seat to it. Okay. And the reason why that is because a lot of these reels, and if Mark had his ice fishing gear in the house, these reels this is designed for, this is not the reel that this type of rod is designed for. They make the ice fishing rod or reels that have a longer shaft right through here so that you can hold it just like this.
Like a pencil, actually.
Right. Well, yeah, you can hold them like this here, and all you're doing is jig it just like this.
Yeah, you hold them like this for the most part.
Yep.
Is that a remote for a TV?
That is no for some speakers.
Okay. But the other thing that James was talking about was we got on the phone today, and he didn't like the tip on them because they're too big, and that lets the jig go up inside there. Well, I didn't have any smaller diameter rings that would fit over the tip of the rod. But with him on the phone, knowing more what I was looking for or needed to be looking for, I found one of my suppliers actually had a ice rod guide sets where you could buy guides and special tips for that purpose. And they go all the way down to, what was it, James? 1.5.
1.5, yeah.
1.5 64ths of an inch.
Right.
Now, that's pretty small diameter.
Yep.
But we're going to get some of that kind of stuff in, that the tip tops aren't too big. That way you don't reel your jig up inside there. And I'm not saying if you just put a worm on a hook, you won't reel the hook up in there, but you won't get the hook part. But maybe the eye or something like that.
Yeah. Matt wants to send his prize to Betty's son. Matt,
thank you so much. That's a great thing you're doing, and I will be more than happy to send them to him.
Yep. But no, this rod, the thicker of the rod, we're gonna call them the heavy duty ice rods that Lyle's been making.
I'm telling you, I am going to dock shoot with that thing.
I'm gonna put this thing. I'm gonna put it through hell. I am gonna beat the living snot out of this.
Can you even reach a dock roof with a rod that short?
I don't know if I can or not, but you know what? I am going to give it one hell of a shot, boys and girls. One hell of a shot.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm surprised we're not hearing music.
Stop it. Keep it up. I swear to God. And everybody will see those yoga pictures for free, old man.
Oh, no, James.
We're going to play nice, right?
I've been nice to you. Okay. Really nice.
Yeah, I hear you.
You're holding 2 rods of his in your hands. You'd be nice to Pops.
This is me being nice to Pops. You should hear what I normally
Actually, if you guys see some of the things he said to me, he is being nice. JP3 says that's a good name for the new rod, Dockbuster.
We're still working on names, guys. No worries. Yeah. And we may get the crowd involved in that at some point in time. But,
you never know.
Yeah. But me and Mark are going to be testing them out here as much as we possibly can. And
I'm going to make some changes before I send any more out. Try to get them. I might send Mark one of these, because if he gets a chance to go fishing, we need to get some fish on them.
Yeah.
You guys see the background behind us three here? That's where I'm going to test it, right at that spot there. That's what I got in mind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's plenty to test it
down
with
there
right
to the-
there.
There is.
Get to the quarry and figure that out. Because
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what it looks like underneath that dock that I fish at.
Probably.
I would say so. Have to be. My
Have
God.
to be.
Is the water clear up there, James?
Yes. Yeah.
Mark
It's clear.
needs to get up there with his camera sometime. That
Yep.
Or if you got a GoPro, you can actually put a GoPro on a selfie stick. It'll stay dry.
Yeah,
I've
but hang on a second. Hang on. I'm not allowed to take electronics near the water after the last time I
This
lost
is true.
my phone in the water.
what was it you dropped in the water?
My cell phone.
Is that not more expensive than Chad's rod?
No, because
not?
I buy cheap cell phones.
Oh, okay.
All I do is talk and text people on it and send pictures to people who are at work that want to see my fishing pictures. Well, they really
Like
don't
Rob
want
Chan?
to see them. Yeah, they don't want to see them, but they have to see them.
I know Rob enjoys that so much.
Oh yeah.
The roofie rod. There was
Speaking of which, guys, I got one more important thing to say. I want to warn you all now that Jerry Parker has to shave for another job. So he's not going to have his facial hair
Again?
No. Yes. So if you guys see Jerry in, any of the chats, make sure you tell him about it. Make sure he hears all about it.
Chicken Chin Jerry, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I'm just saying. I was told to kind of spread the news by a certain individual, and that's what I'm doing.
I got an idea. I know who that was.
You think so?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
I
we
do.
both. I'm pretty sure we both know who it is, or all three of us do anyway. But yeah, so that was the last important information that I had tonight. So
Well, that's pretty important. So
yeah,
that's awesome. Guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We had an absolutely great show. James comes in here and gives us a wealth of knowledge, and him and Mark know about the ice fishing stuff. I don't. And I'm probably never going to, but I can when the way they explain it, if it works for everybody that watches the show, the way it works for me, I can actually understand what the point they're trying to make when they get done. A lot of people that talk about ice fishing, they talk so far over my head, I haven't a clue what they're talking about, and don't care. But they make it fun.
Me and James are good at dumbing stuff down because we're kind of there.
we're kind of
We're talking at our own level.
Yeah,
Well, it works for me. So appreciate you guys helping everybody in chat out tonight. And folks, thank you so much for joining us. We've had a great show tonight and many, many more. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. We're trying to get to 1,000. We're 300 shy, so we're on our way. Like the show before you leave, if you don't mind. If you like what we're doing, hey, there's Northeast Missouri Angler. Glad to see him in here tonight. Air Run,
And
the
one more thing,
dockery shooter.
guys, just keep everybody in your thoughts nowadays.
Yeah.
Brandon,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
the crosses, everybody that's got COVID at the moment, all this stuff. I know there's
And a lot of people have it.
that are sick. So just bow your head a little bit tonight, and
His family, the list goes on forever, man.
Goes on and on and on. Don't forget Keith. He's just a
Yep.
super nice guy, and
so just
it's
take care of yourself, guys.
All right,
and don't put yourself in any bad situations where you're going to get sick. If you know there's something going on, don't go there. I
Right.
mean, we want to see you out catching fish and having fun and be watching the shows and things and enjoying what we all love to do. So
Just make sure you got good hygiene, wash your hair, and behave.
let me say a couple things before we head out. I want to remind
Sure.
everyone, head on over to Creel Catfish and go give him some watch time. We want to help him out. Definitely. We want to spread the news about Fields to Water. We got to help everybody out that needs help. There's a bunch of other channels on here. We got Jody on afterwards. We got Catfish weekly on Monday nights, definitely. And we got my show afterwards. I'm having a lady angler by the name of Christina Lemke on from the Great White North this week. She's a very accomplished angler, so I look forward to talking to her. So tune in and check it out.
I think Jody's on now.
Jody is on. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.